My window is super broken now. It won't shut, yeah. It's like really weird.
That we,
The guy already came, but
I know, but I don't know what's going on with it.
it's like there's something like the right side is totally loose and you can't even put the hole back in there.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not connected over here.
It's the little, it's just a little H over here. I don't know if you wrote it on the little H or not.
Window. The coronavirus is really spreading. I'm like, oh my god.
I just heard a whole documentary on the radio today that all these people are freaking out for no reason. That some federal doctor said it's only gonna affect like 1 point something of the population, and not everybody is dying from it. It's only the older people.
Right.
And they said that people should not be freaking out the way that they're freaking out.
What Trump is saying.
And that the media is over.
Doing it.
Oh yeah, whatever that was.
Cause like my daughter is scared to go to California. She was so happy, and now she's like having anxiety. I feel like she's gonna have a panic attack before I have to let her go.
Put a face mask.
Well, Biz is gonna drop off some face masks. Yeah. So then cause she was like, Mom, I need a face mask.
When does she leave?
Tuesday. I have to bring her in the morning.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's gonna be a carpool set up. It'll probably be last minute if someone's like, hey, if they'll grab her too.
Alright, are you cold?
No, it's fine.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, Trump disputes virus. But do you know what Sister Dorothy sent me something really, really creepy? It's almost like something that resembles the Holocaust all over again in China. Like I guess they developed this serum that they wanted to sell to the United States to infect us, but instead there was a shootout, and that's how it went in the market or whatever, the fish market, and because the vial things broke, and it ended up backfiring on the Chinese people.
Yeah, because they have the biggest population, right? Like
Yeah.
5,000 that have died or something.
38,000. No, 3,000 died, but there's like so many infected. It's just
Good
crazy.
thing we don't live in China.
I know.
Okay, so first here is your cash for your.
Okay. Oh, thanks. Okay. The meeting went well with Sarita and Joel last night.
Oh.
Yeah, we ended up just figuring out, we put the DIA on this Saturday.
Okay.
There's a breastfeeding class that I already had set up
Okay.
for next week for her to attend.
Where at Focus Hope?
It's affiliated with Focus Hope, but it's at Henry Ford Hospital.
Okay.
Henry Ford, the directions, and I registered 3 in case Sister Dorothy, Gina, and her all wanna go.
Well, that'll probably be good for, I was gonna say too, at Margaret wasn't working,
I know the room.
but that's okay.
Was at night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so let's go over the eval. Okay, so in your own words, share with me what you feel, you did a little bit here, what your professional accomplishments have been since you've been program manager.
I mean, at this point, I feel like there's so much more to do, like, but just, I guess maybe catching on in a sense, like, more than I thought I was going to.
Okay.
Just like getting into a groove, following up with people, developing partnerships when I didn't even mean to, like kind of just like, I honestly didn't even read my job description when I first started.
Okay.
I was just like helping out, and I was doing stuff that I was supposed to be doing anyways. Just pretty much maybe just like communicating with people, outsourcing,
So tell me your strengths with being the program manager. What would you say your strengths are?
be getting along with like, the staff.
Except for one.
Except for one, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. But we get along, it's so weird. It's like hot and cold. And then I never hate her. I feel bad. Like, and then she acts like a dick, and then my feelings are hurt. So I'm just trying to learn how to just be level, and just, cause then I get overbearing, yeah. And then I just have to like, yeah.
Strengths.
Pretty much being motivated, like to keep going, multitasking.
You're organized, you're organized for the most part.
Yeah, but I have to organize my office. I feel like I'm not organized, but I try to organize everything else.
I would agree with you there.
It's so weird.
We'll talk about that a
It's
little
very
bit.
weird.
Okay.
But yeah, like I can even find a piece of paper in my office, that I need to find, but without struggling.
Right.
So I need to organize myself.
Okay. And weaknesses.
Pretty much in the past year, just like clear communication and like gaining that strength where like I have to be like clear and like say what I feel or whatever, and I feel like it's been getting better in the past couple of months, but there were a couple of things. Just being assertive and being, like strict with the, I had to like see how to be with like the staff, because at first I was like doing all the work and just, trying to encourage them to, and then like, I have like, but then I learned, I was like, okay, this is way too much. So I stepped back and, just having them do what they need to do and, just encouraging them pretty much. I have to work, get that like more of a stern, even with the residents too. But pretty much just getting the whole, I wouldn't say it's a weakness because I'm learning. Just maybe when I have to like do something like this, like preparing or something, I guess, even like, but for the team meetings I did prepare, and I think I did pretty good, but just pretty much doing research and know what I'm doing, instead of just thinking I know what I'm doing.
Yes, okay, good. So I think we're definitely on the same page in terms of where we think together that you're at. So I'll kind of go over the eval that I put together and I'll give it to you. So first, for your overall performance, I said Kat was promoted to program manager on October 28th, 2019. Kat has a passion to help others and want to see those who are struggling succeed. Kat has been a positive influence and role model to staff members and continues to support them. During this time as program manager, Kat has gotten a clearer understanding of what her role expectations are. She has exceptional organizational skills and has put those skills to great use. Kat has been actively providing structure and support for our residents by planning and scheduling activities. Kat also has been extremely active in building community partnerships with Gianna House.
Yeah, that's the same.
So specific areas of improvement, I'm gonna go more into detail with these.
Okay.
That I put down is verbal communication, written communication, and just slowing down as a whole.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over that more in detail. So for job requirement key for adaptability, I did put an A for area of growth. And the reason I did that is because responds appropriately to suggestions for work improvement. So I kind of put area for growth right there because sometimes I feel that when you have an idea, you think that it could be a good idea and maybe it fails. And if it fails, sometimes I feel like you don't want to admit that it fails, and you still are going to go with that idea, even though it's failing, because you don't want to admit that it failed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So really being able to work with, I'm calling them your staff because they are your staff, working with your staff and communicating with them to get other ideas on how something could be better.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Well, I haven't been able to do the team meetings with them because you didn't want me there. So, but I do.
We're gonna talk about that.
But I do talk to them 24/7. To be honest.
I know.
I mean, I talk the shit out of them, and they talk the shit out of me back. Yeah.
They do. I just want you to try and incorporate more of their ideas too.
Jenica she wants us to create some sort of room with like a nursery area, but we need more residents. I told her when there's more residents, we might accommodate that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so attendance and punctuality, I did a strength, I gave an S, adaptability, I did have a comment here. I put, Kat is able to adapt to changing situations, but has a difficult time understanding why something else may work more effectively.
For the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But has, I don't even know, but has, okay. So attendance and punctuality, I put it in an S. Kat's attendance and punctuality has been exceptional. She is always on time and will put in extra hours to make sure that something is completed and also covers a shift. Communication. So communication, I put in A.
Yeah.
And I did, my comment with that is, Kat tends to get overexcited when she is communicating both written and orally, which then tends to affect her verbal and written communication with others. By relaxing the mind, taking a step back, and trying not to be so impulsive in terms of her thinking and her actions, her communication skills will improve. So those are one of the goals that I have for you is to, and it's a hard thing to do because it takes a lot of practice and time.
Yeah.
But I will say, I have seen a huge improvement in you from the beginning.
Yeah.
Really being able to, you're not, especially when you're communicating with staff, you're a lot better at not impulsively saying something. Like I can see you bring it down, even though I can see in your face you want to say something.
Yeah.
But you're doing good. So it takes time.
Yeah.
I will say I had conversations with the staff, and many of them have said that they feel that you're a really good role model and that you're really supportive.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And that you really you help them to understand things. So that's good.
Oh, that's really good. It's gonna make me cry.
Yeah, I think there's probably tissues over there.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
Initiative, problem solving, and decision making. I put M, meets, so you meet the expectation. You're good at making, decisions. Interpersonal skills, I did put an A, area of growth. Just again, the only problem you have is really with Gina, is so in making sure that your interaction with her is appropriate, and I'll kind of I'll go into that in a little bit more.
We get along really good last night.
Good, it has to
All
be like
day
that 24/7.
It was weird. Yeah.
Job knowledge, I gave you an M.
Mm-hmm.
Work habits, I gave you is in your meeting. Work quality, productivity, your meeting. let's go back here. So some recommendations that I gave to help you improve and enhance your performance. One thing I would like you to do is write down your daily and weekly tasks of when certain things are due, like reports are due, evaluations, so that I don't have to come to you and say, hey, do you have that report?
Right.
You can just, if I say, hey, it's due Friday, I expect that it should be given to me on Friday without having me to ask.
Okay.
Slow down with your task. By slowing down, you're going to be able to, by slowing down, you're going to stop creating so much extra work for you and for the staff.
Right.
When you're doing stuff so quickly, things kind of get discombobulated, and then it's kind of, you're putting more work on you and you're putting more work on the staff.
Yeah.
So just try to remember to slow down. Also slow down in answering some emails. And again, these are just recommendations,
Yeah.
but you don't have to respond to an email right away. Sometimes responding so quickly can cause too many messages back and forth. So just kind of wait for someone to give a response, and that's also with text messaging too. And I'm saying this because I get so many emails that when you send me an idea, and then 10 minutes later I get another idea, and then 10 minutes later I get another idea, these emails get all lost because I get so many between you and the board and finance and everything. So kind of thinking about the email first, process it before you respond to people, or if multiple people are on it, wait for others to respond first. Does that help? Also, by slowing down, it's going to help you to not overwhelm yourself or overwhelm your staff. The less time, because I want to help you, the less time you are on your staff and pestering them, I don't know why I used pestering, but I did, pestering them to get something done.
Yeah.
Because you want it done right away. You're kind of like me, and I had to learn to step back in that area too. Things can't be done in my time as quickly as I want them to be. But if you can learn to kind of step back a little bit and not be so much on top of the staff 24/7 to do their stuff, that's going to allow you to focus more on your work and not have your mind going crazy that, oh my God, they didn't do this, they didn't clean that, they're not following the schedule, they're not following the command center, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, give it time and then
let them do it.
And then check back with them, because I think the more time you're focusing just on what they're not doing, it's taking away from your work.
I haven't been doing that though.
In the past, this is your 3-month eval. You've been better,
Okay.
yes, but this is like the whole 3 months.
Yeah.
Let's see. Slowing down. Also, with slowing down, try to let go of some of the stress. So being impatient and impulsive can lead to a more stressful situation for you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So just trying to, and you're doing better.
Yeah.
But trying not to be so impulsive and impatient.
Right.
And that's something I struggled with for a while, so I understand because I was really impatient.
Okay.
But I'm learning to not be like that.
Okay.
Let's see. And then slowing down too goes along with just displaying better judgment. And what I mean by that is when you sit on an idea for a while and you reach out to your staff members and get advice and guidance from them, what am I trying to say here?
Like what Jenica's saying something to me where...
Yeah, so she's saying something to you, don't act on it right away. Like, process everything, take it in. I don't even have to know about it right away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to know about every little thing right away. I might get to that in a second too. I don't have to know about stuff till the end of the month because you're going to start doing a report for me. But just not jumping right away on a decision or an action or a thought.
Right.
I do it too, which I'm not going to lie, but just stepping back and thinking about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then I just put slowing down your thinking not only benefits you, but it's also going to benefit your staff and get them to trust and do more things.
Yeah.
And being patient. Patience is also tied with confidence. So when you're patient It's gonna allow you to be more confident, and you're gonna be more perceived as competent and trustworthy with your staff if you're more patient as well. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah, no, I get it.
And then I just worked on being a skilled communicator, encourage and learn healthy debates among all team members, mostly speaking about Gina. I need you to, I don't know how to yet, but learn more effective communication style with her.
Yeah.
I definitely have witnessed the jabs. I haven't witnessed her, but at this point, I don't care about her, I care about you. Does that make sense? So moving forward, whatever you have to say about Gina, I don't want to hear it anymore. Like, I'm way over it.
Yeah.
And I need you to try to focus on when we're all in a meeting and you're not happy about something, to watch your posture and your tone and how you respond to her, because sometimes you do come off really, really hard. And so with that said, I want to go to my board in a couple months and present to them a salary raise for you. But before I do that, and I can present up to $5,000. But before I do that, I really want to see you work on your communication style with Gina, because it affects me.
That's like really hard.
Because it stresses me out.
I know it does. And no, I love Gina too. Like, I have a weird soft spot for her. Like I got sad actually when she looked at that paper. That's why I was like, why don't you invite Gina too? Yeah. No, I do.
It's gonna be hard, but because it not only affects Gina, but it affects everybody. You know, we all see it. We all see, and even the residents see
I know.
the communicate, and that's not bad, and that's not good.
Good.
So I really, really need you to, and that's the only thing right now holding me back from going to the board and asking for a raise, because that's huge. It might be little, but at the same time it's huge, because we all have to work together as a team. So, and I get that other staff members do stuff that is not appropriate, and maybe you think I don't know or see, but I need you to focus on you and not anybody else.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I do want to go to the board and give you that raise, but like I said, that's the only thing.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That's the only thing that's holding me back, is I really need you to work on that.
How many months?
I want to do it by June 1st.
Gina doesn't know, does she?
No.
Okay. Well then,
No, she has no idea.
okay.
But this is like for you. I really need, and I don't care if you have to fake it. I mean, I don't want you to fake it, but the more you let somebody else get to you, the less powerful you're going to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can't let somebody get to you. You just have to let it go, brush it off. It is what it is. If she's not doing her job, don't let that affect you.
You know what I didn't? When you were gone for the week, it was just smooth, and like I totally was able to block her out. It was without you here, and I realized that. Okay. I'm like, me and Gina are both using you as a punching bag per se.
You are. And when I have supervision with her too, I'm going to say the same thing. I'm done. I'm over it. Because
I did realize that, because I'm like, why is it okay when she's not here? Mm-hmm. You know, and then when she's here, we expect her to resolve it where she can't.
I can't.
I did realize that when you were gone. Good. Because all her dickiness, I just totally ignored it, and I just kept going forward. Mm-hmm. That's why when she was like, yeah, she cleaned it all up, that's why I was like, oh, I wanted to jump across the table. Mm-hmm. But it was just like, because she was so lazy and she didn't do anything, and I was just like, oh my God. But I just took care of it. Yeah. And it was just like, whatever.
You have the potential to keep going up in this agency.
That's what I want to do.
And so I need you to work on these things.
I'm just going to do me. No, I get it. I'm going to go with that mojo, like how I was.
Yeah.
You know, because I told myself I'm not going to text her, not do anything.
Right.
And without you, we were okay.
I just want you to have a professional relationship with her. Yeah. I mean, if you guys can become friends, great, but as long as you can keep it professional, I'm good with that. Okay. Well, I just lost a train of thought, but yes, I understand that some of the things she does, some of the things staff do is going to affect our jobs, but you can't let little nitty gritty things affect your job.
Right.
Okay.
No, I've always had a problem with that my entire life, so I do want to work on that and go through it and get through it. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
No, I agree.
And then I have another recommendation is, try to, again, I get so many emails. So when you're emailing anybody,
Yeah.
try to organize all your thoughts and your ideas before you send out that email.
Okay.
Like, we shouldn't be having an email and then you're emailing again and then you're emailing again and then you're emailing again.
Okay.
Because like I said, I lose all the emails, and then when I ask for something, you'll say, well, I emailed it to you and I emailed you the information. Well, yeah,
But it
you
got
did,
lost
you
in the other
did,
ones.
but I get so many, and so
I realize that too.
try to do it all at once, like, and this is gonna help you too when I tell you something else.
And like label it and stuff.
Yeah, I'll. And then in your emails too, just watch the words that you use, the kind of word and your verbiage. Even in emails and text can come off as really pleasing or really upset. You know,
Okay.
people view emails and text messages differently, so it's really you have to really be careful in how you respond. And there are times I respond to that's come off as rude, and I don't mean to have it come off as rude.
Yeah.
Also, try only to discuss the topic at hand in your emails or text messages, so don't randomly go off and start talking about something else.
Okay.
You do that a lot. Like, for example, when I asked you for your eval.
I know. I'm sorry.
What did I
And then that's gonna get lost because I realized it because I can't find certain emails because I jumped topics and it got lost.
When I asked you to redo your email or your thing, you tell me about your weaknesses and your strengths, and then all of a sudden I can't get Sandra off my mind. She texts me back and I'm like, okay, because now this is going in your thing.
Right.
Because that's what you gave me.
I got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Focus.
header, topic, talk
Okay.
about in the topic, done.
Okay.
Okay.
No, that makes sense.
Okay. Also, another recommendation, when you're angry and pissed off at someone, do not send angry emails.
Okay.
If you have to, put it in Word or act like you're gonna write the email, but don't put the person's name, type out everything you have to say, and then sit on it, but don't hit send.
Okay.
Because later, I guarantee later, when you go back and you reread it 2 hours later, you're gonna be like, yeah, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. You know, so if you have to write it out, just don't hit send.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so goals for next quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one I wanna see by June 1st, or before June 1st, so I can recommend a salary increase.
Okay.
I want you to meet with the monitors individually, at least if you can. It might be hard, once a month might be hard because there's a lot of monitors, at least like every 2 to 3 months. So you can meet with them individually, like supervision, like what we're doing, so you can really build that relationship with them so they can trust you. So you can set goals with them if they're not doing something. And then I want you to document it and also document the progress of their goals. So if you set a goal with them, Sandra, I'm gonna say her first goal would be make sure you arrive to work 5 minutes early because she's always late.
Yeah.
And then when you meet back with her 2 months later, great Sandra, this is awesome, you met this goal, you've only been late one time, you know?
Right.
So, because that's gonna help to build that relationship with your staff, it's gonna build morale around here as a team, and it's gonna help us to keep staff as well.
Right.
When you're doing their evaluations, I want you to make sure that you're providing positives and the areas they need improvement on. So the evals you did were fine, you just didn't give me any feedback really, or you probably didn't give them any feedback really,
Right.
in terms of what specifically are they doing great at, what skills do they have that they're bringing to Gianna House, and then what are some of their weaknesses. So really kind of write it out for them.
Okay. No, I agree.
And this is all learning experience for
Yeah.
you. So by the 20th of every month, I want you to provide me a report
Okay.
of the building as a whole. And so I kind of gave some ideas. It does not have to be real lengthy. It just kind of has to be like pinpoint stuff of what's going on. So for example, you can start with and I could even send you a sample of my executive director report.
Okay.
But resident program, and then maybe list all the residents. Let's see, anything, I don't need big information, but anything,
Like bullet points?
yeah, like, resident E started school at East Point on blank blank. Resident F was able to see her dentist on blank blank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want a general idea of what's going on in the building with at the end of the month. That way I'm not, and this is gonna help to take back all those emails from you too.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me everything all at once unless it's an emergency.
Okay.
Just tell me at the end of the month.
And don't tag you in any more calendar events.
Yeah.
Because that's probably a lot of the emails too.
I mean, I don't
Okay.
care about that because I go on the calendar and look anyway.
Yeah.
But you can tell me that in the report.
Okay.
Residence program events for the month. Just list them.
Okay.
You know, I just want to know what's going on as a whole.
Okay.
You know, any class, any new programs that you're bringing to the building. Let's say, you know, for this month you brought in Kathy, who's a nutritionist, and she taught 3 cooking classes. You know, things like
Yeah.
that. That way, I can go back in my book, report book, and I can easily bring up all this information of what happened for that month.
Okay.
And then a community partnership tab, new relationships. You know, for example, you had emailed me about Focus Hope.